Hey guys, Rick Stone here from Our Stony Acres. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Please make sure while you're here that you subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notice every time we release new videos, which is somewhere between 4 to 6 times a month. We'll be releasing new gardening videos for your enjoyment. All right, so today we are going to be continuing our planting guide series for zones 9 and 10. So this video specifically is for those of you that live in gardening zones 9 and 10. If you don't know what gardening zone you live in, click the link down below in the description and that will take you out to an article on our website where you can figure out what gardening zone you live in. So chase that down right down there. Those of you that live in zones 9 and 10, in June, things are starting to really get warm. I would imagine that for a lot of you, those of you that live especially in the Southwest, that you're seeing temperatures already in the hundreds. For those of you that live in the coastal regions or maybe in Florida, I'm sure that you're in the 80s, 90s, and above as well. So things are really starting to warm up for you guys. And so planting in the garden becomes less of what to plant and instead what you can still plant. So I'm going to give you a list of things that you can still plant. These would be things that you could use to replace plants that you've lost or things that you've harvested and want to fill that space in. There's still plenty of things that you can fill in and take care of. But anything that you're going to be planting in these super warm zones in June are going to need a little extra attention. So you're going to need to make sure that you provide them with plenty of water and plenty of extra special care to get them going and growing in the heat that you guys are probably experiencing right now. So here we go. These are some plants that you can still plant in June and expect to get a harvest this year. First off, beans. So either bush beans or pole beans are a great option. They're going to be, 65 to maybe 90 days to harvest, and so plenty of time still before the fall for you to get these in and get them planted and growing and be successful. And beans do really well in the heat. They like the warm weather, so beans are an excellent option for you. All of the summer squashes, so that would be zucchini, patapan squashes, and the yellow crookneck squashes, all of those can still be planted in June. You'll be harvesting those in about 2 to 2.5 months. You can start harvesting, and so those will do really well to fill in some spaces in your garden. Remember, those take up a lot of space, but great option for planting still in June. If you can get a hold of some seeds, you still have plenty of time to be planting potatoes. So you could plant potatoes in your garden in June, and those will grow through the summer and will be ready to harvest in the fall. Corn, you could plant both sweet corn and popcorn. Still plenty of time for both of those. You might, if you're looking at sweet corn, you might want to start looking at some of the shorter maturity varieties. The kinds that mature in 80 to 90 days instead of the 100+ days. But definitely you can still be planting corn during the month of June and popcorn. Cucumbers, for sure you can be planting cucumbers. In fact, you probably should be because a lot of you are going to be having problems with powdery mildew and things like that, which will come along. And so it's nice to have some replacements ready to go as the season progresses. So definitely you could be planting cucumbers right now. Tomatoes, you could still be planting tomatoes. You might want to be looking at determinate varieties right now. So those are the smaller growing varieties that don't get as big and aren't as bushy and don't spend as much time growing vines. But a determinate tomato would do really well still if planted in June in your area. Melons could still be planted in June. In particular, you might want to be focusing on the shorter maturing varieties. So things like the icebox watermelons, so the smaller sized watermelons, or things like cantaloupe or honeydew that have a little bit shorter maturity date. So things that are 90 to maybe 100, 110 days to maturity are the things that you're going to want to be looking at planting this late in the year. You could also still be planting winter squashes. So acorn squash, spaghetti squash, butternut squash, pumpkins, all of those could still be planted in June, no problem. Kale will hold up to the winter or to the summer heat, and will do really well. You could also plant Swiss chard. It holds up pretty well to the summer heat and does well. And then you could also be planting things like Malabar spinach or New Zealand spinach. Those both are some greens that you can grow in the summertime. They're relatively short growing span. They need about 60 to 90 days to grow. so plenty of time, and they're heat loving. So they're not exactly like spinach. They taste a little bit different and have a slightly different texture, but they're a great option for a green that you could be growing this time of year. So there you go. That's the list of all the warm season crops that you can be planting in June if you live in garden zones 9 and 10. Hopefully that helps you out, and get out in the garden, fill in those empty gaps. If you haven't planted your garden yet, all of those can still be planted, so get out and do it. And again, it's getting hot, and so you're going to have to take some extra care. You may have to put up a little shade cloth, or you might have to make sure that you water a little extra more until things get established and growing. But June is still a really good time to be planting a lot of things in your garden in zones 9 and 10. Okay, that is all I have for you this week. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Did I miss anything? I know one. Okra. You could still be planting okra. You could probably plant some collards as well if you wanted. So there's 2 more you can add to the list. But if I missed anything else, please go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you get notice when I release more of these videos. And yeah, that's all I have for this week. So everybody have a great week. Happy gardening. Hey guys, thanks again for watching this week's gardening video. Hope you enjoyed it, and come back often for more content like that. I wanted to take just a quick second to tell you a little bit about the Gardening Academy. Now, what is the Gardening Academy? That is our membership program where we deliver weekly content to you that helps you become a better gardener. We send you things like mini courses, Q&A sessions, growing guides, expert interviews, all kinds of great stuff. Something new every week that will help you become a better gardener. And it's a super great program. We have a private Facebook group where we've got a great group of people that just are having a lot of fun, and we're just having a blast. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about the Gardening Academy. If you would like to learn more, you can either go to thegardeningacademy.com, or if you would like, there's a link that you can click down below that will take you to the Gardening Academy. And if you click that link and sign up, you'll actually get a free course. You can get our free 5 crops to grow for food storage course if you sign up using that link. So go ahead and click through and join us. We're having a lot of fun. Okay, thanks guys. Happy gardening.